So here's something that you need to know about me. I'm not a violent person. I've never been in a fight. Okay, so there was one fight, but that dude totally deserved it. But when it comes to this topic, this deserves to put the gloves on. Because in this video, I am getting in a fight, and there are 7 financial advisors that I want to punch in the face. Who are these financial advisors? You're gonna find out who these suckers are right now. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the channel, Wealth Hacker Labs. I am your host, Jeff Rose, and this is the channel dedicated to teaching you new ways to grow wealth that is not taught to you in schools or by your parents. And I probably need to take these off. All right, for real. So I've been a financial planner for over 16 years. And when you are in this business, you come across other financial advisors, either through competition or just hearing various stories from your existing clients or potential clients that you're trying to recruit for your business. So in my years of experience, I have encountered some pretty shady I'm trying to keep it PG here because my kids do watch my videos. But seriously though, like these are 7 shady advisors that if I were to meet them in real life, like I would probably give them a punch in the face. And maybe a kick in the shin and probably a knee to the... Oh my God! These are 7 financial advisors that if I were to meet them in person, I would punch them in the face, I would kick them in the shin, I'd probably kick them in the nuts too because they deserve it. And they give other good financial advisors a bad name. And probably if you met this type of advisor, if you work with this type of advisor, they have probably lost you money or taken money from you because they're just shady. So who are these people? What do they do? What do you need to look out for? All right, the first financial advisor that deserves a punch in the face is the 12% advisor. And you could replace 12% with any other percentage that is larger than 6%. But here's the other part with that 12% advisor is that they say they will get you 12% return guaranteed. And the last time I checked, the stock market is not guaranteed. Sure, there are financial experts such as Dave Ramsey that will say that you can expect to get 12% return if you are investing into quality mutual funds. Now, the stock market has averaged over 10% since its beginning. And in another video, I shared about how the Vanguard S&P 500 fund, by far one of the largest index funds that exists with almost 500 billion in assets, has averaged over 11% return. But with any of these numbers, the one thing that they all have in common is that they are not guaranteed. And I have came across more than one advisor that has met with their prospective clients and shared with them these illustrations on what the performance of the funds or the ETFs or whatever it is they're trying to sell, and sharing with them that they can expect to make 12% return as if it's just a matter of fact, as if it's guaranteed to happen. And the one thing that these all have in common is that they are not guaranteed. And I've came across more than one advisor that when they are meeting with their prospective clients and they're sharing like their illustrations and their hypotheticals of what the performance could be on whether it's a mutual fund or ETF or whatever it is that they're trying to sell, they will look these people in the face and tell them that they can expect to make 12% per year guaranteed. Say what? It doesn't work like that, people. So if you come across this advisor, you better punch them in the face because if you don't, I will. I must break you. Right cross. You out. Knockout. Knockout. Advisor number 2 that deserves a punch in the face is the surrender charge conversation is optional advisor. So who is this advisor? This is the advisor that sells typically an insurance product, some sort of investment that has a surrender schedule attached to it. So that means if you buy this investment and if you need to liquidate, if you want to sell it, say like in 3 or 4 years, you have to pay a hefty surrender charge. So you have to give up a big chunk of your principal just to get your money back. And I have came across so many advisors that when they sell this investment to their clients, they didn't feel the need to disclose with them that there is a surrender charge to get their money back. Like, you see, that's shady, right? That's shady. Now, the advisor, they got paid a big, fat, upfront commission for that sale. So why would they want to volunteer that information that, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, I'm going to get paid a lot of money, but if you need your money back, you're actually going to have to pay a large surrender to get your money back. So I'm just not going to share that with you. You know, it's okay. All right, peace, I'm out. Advisor number 3 is the telling the truth is optional advisor. So this advisor just doesn't feel the need to tell the truth. They may not tell the truth about the surrender charge. They might not tell the truth of how much you are paying in your fees to work with them. They just don't feel the need to tell the truth about anything, and it just doesn't really make sense to me. Now, typically, these type of advisors, you're going to find them on FINRA broker check. Like, there is going to be a complaint filed against them. And a lot of the advisors that I came across where it was blatant that they were not telling the truth on the investments that they were managing or their investment style or how often they were checking those investments, it was pretty typical that you could find that advisor, the telling the truth is optional advisor, on FINRA's broker check because there was a complaint filed against them. Which is just a solid reminder, if you're going to work with a financial advisor, do a background check. Go online, do a Google search of that person to see if you find out anything about them. Go to FINRA's website, do the broker check search to see, are there any complaints? Like, are they legit? If they're a CFP, you can also go to CFP.net and also find out if there's anything that's been filed against them. Do your homework, do your research before you hire anybody to manage your money. Advisor number 4 is the I like to churn advisor. Now, the good thing is that this type of advisor is dying. Like, this is a dinosaur. They don't exist as much, but there are still advisors that their prime way of making money is selling mutual funds, is selling stocks, is selling ETFs, and earning a commission. In the past, I had a client that was working with this broker. They were out of New York. They sold him a mutual fund, which the advisor got paid an upfront commission. And then within like 6 to 9 months, they resold them another mutual fund that was a different share class. But the reason they did that was because the client didn't see the upfront cost. There wasn't a back-end surrender charge on the investment that they sold them. So they got paid an upfront commission, had the client sell where the client didn't see anything coming out on the back end, and then resold them basically the exact same thing, getting paid an upfront commission and the client not seeing that. Like, that's what you call churn. Now, churn is basically when an advisor is just buying and selling, not to your benefit, but just to make extra commissions, to get paid more money. And I promise you, that is not in your best interest. It's only the advisor. And that's why this type of advisor deserves another punch in the face. Advisor number 5 is the I can use any investment that I want. I just happen to use my own company's investments advisor. Oh, this one. Oh, I love it. This is the one that it's funny to me because it was so easy to point out like how wrong this was. So what do I mean by this one? So let's say that you are working for an insurance company and the insurance company has their own mutual fund products that you can sell. And you could also use other investments, let's just say like Vanguard or Fidelity or T. Rowe Price. But you are selling your own company's mutual funds because you think that is better for your client. So if you had these two mutual funds side by side and you see that your company's mutual funds, like your fees are twice as high as everybody else, and even better, your return is like 20% lower than everybody else, then why in the world are you going to sell them your crappy mutual funds when you can sell them everything else? Is it because you're getting paid more to sell your company's mutual funds as opposed to somebody else's? Maybe I'm just taking a wild guess here. And not to pick on any one company, but that's why I wasn't shocked to see that State Farm was getting rid of their investment component, like their brokerage component. Like they didn't want to mess with mutual funds anymore because of how the regs have changed. And they are one of the ones, if you looked at their mutual funds compared to everybody else, you just kind of ask the question, like, why do you even have mutual funds? Like your mutual funds, they just suck. Like they don't do good compared to everybody else. Like you have no business doing that. Like stick to insurance, stick to your jingle. State Farm is there.
Good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're an ugly nigga. I'm not ugly.
All right, the sixth advisor that deserves a punch in the face is the, I know that you're 80 and you should probably be in a CD, but I'm going to sell you an investment product that you don't need anyway. That is a mouthful. So what is this? So typically, once again, we're looking at annuities. Now, annuities on their own are not a bad investment, but by far, they are one of the most missold and misrepresented investments that exist. And one of the easiest people that you can take advantage of is the elderly. They want to be safe with their money. They don't want to lose their money. They want to protect what they have, what they preserve, and pass that on to their family. And there are some shady financial advisors that will just eat this up and sell them this guaranteed investment product. Now, annuities do offer guarantees, but do you remember that whole surrender charge is optional conversation we had earlier? That typically is the case with a lot of these annuities. Now, I came across a very specific situation where an elderly client, this person was in their mid to late 70s, and an advisor came and sold them an annuity. Now, they bought it because they wanted to have their money safe. They wanted to pass that on, but the advisor didn't feel the need to share that this investment product, this annuity product, had a 15-year surrender charge. 15 years, like this person was going to be like 90 before they could actually touch their money in the case they needed it. Now, did the client think that they were going to need the money? Like, I don't know all that, but I do know that they had zero clue that this thing had a surrender charge. And I also know when I looked at their situation, there was no reason, there was no economic benefit for them to purchase this annuity. The only economic benefit was the commission that the advisor made on selling this annuity to this person. Like, that's what I do know, and that's why this person deserved a punch in the face. The last advisor that deserves a punch in the face is the my products don't have any fees advisor. Oh, this one's a good one. Now, I remember I was working with a prospective client, like I was trying to get them to become a client of my firm, and there was another advisor that was also trying to court them, trying to win them as a client. And I remember that client, after he had met with this other person's other advisor, and he mentioned to them that he was also talking to me. This advisor's response was, now you know, they have fees and our firm, our company doesn't. Just give me a minute. So Mr. Advisor, basically what you're telling me is that your company, your investment firm is a charity, that you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart. And my big bad firm, like, we charge fees. So why would you want to work with us? Like, we're a business, like, we charge for what we do, but you're a charity. You do it just because you like people and you just want to do it for fun. You're kidding me, right? Like, no, you're not a charity. Like, you might not have fees that the clients can see, but you're a business. You are in the business of making money. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in business and you shouldn't be in business. So if you're working with an advisor and this person claims that they don't have any fees, you might not see any fees in the investments that you're buying, but I promise you, they are there. And that's why this advisor, just like the rest, deserves a punch in the face. There you go. So, are there advisors like this that you have come across that you just can't believe the words that are coming out of their mouth, and that if you had some training, some boxing training, that you felt confident that you were going to punch this person in the face? I want to know in the comments below. And I also want to know, is there another type of advisor that you've came across that I didn't share? Because these advisors need to be called out, because there are some shady you-know-whats out there, and they deserve a punch in the face, and they deserve the recognition so that others don't get burned by their shadiness. All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Now go punch somebody in the face.